And here we go. Day 6 of the Kansas City Chiefs training camp is officially in the books. Realistically, day 3 with the veterans here. But even so, we have so much to talk about in this video. News, notes, highlights, observations from day 6 of practice. Some guys really starting to stand out. A brand new running back looking to take the number 2 job, and we have a bunch to talk about, right? Before we jump into the video though, do me a big favor, and I want to give a massive shout out to all of the media members over there in Kansas City who work so hard to get these videos, these highlights out for us, to enable us to make these videos, right? I mean, guys, without them, the video is not even possible to make. So go give them a follow on Twitter. Not only are they going to show you the highlights, but they're also going to keep you updated with news as well when it happens in real time. So go follow them on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Their names are on the top right of your screen, and once you follow them, you'll be able to find more on the way, right? Now, let's get into practice. Today was a very interesting one. Some guys missing practice again, but it looked like Lucas Niang was getting a lot of the work in terms of that left guard position with Joe Thuney out. You know, I don't know when he is going to be back specifically, but Lucas Niang was a guy that they think has the versatility and has the, ability to potentially be a plug-and-play starter when they need him to be, right? Now, I think Joe Thuney will be back sooner rather than later. Obviously, they can hope, right? But that is one of the biggest takeaways from the offensive line. But also, Wanya Morris got another start at left tackle with the ones. I do think Kingsley, although he's a second-round draft pick of this season, a rookie, I do think he has what it takes to be a starter, but I don't think they want to hand him off the keys right away, right? They want to make sure that he knows he has to come to practice and compete every single day to earn that starting job. And I think that is something that you should be doing to rookies. Just don't give them the job and make them think they're the best right away, right? Make them compete, make them earn it. And I think that's what they're trying to do with Kingsley as of right now. And then with the first team defense, it was interesting to see, but Trent McDuffie had a pair of Joshua Williams and Shamari Connor inside once again. So obviously McDuffie and Williams on the outsides, Shamari Connor on the inside. And again, we have to take note that Jalen Watson has been on the PUP list. And then with the second team defense, you had Nazee Johnson, Nick Jones as well. So really trying to figure out, and Keith Taylor. Keith Taylor was running with the twos. Keep in mind, Kelvin Joseph out of today's practice with another personal reason. Hopefully everything's okay with him. But when it comes down to your starting DB room, I think they really like what they have. Joshua Williams has taken a major jump up, in my opinion, playing really well in practice throughout training camp so far, did well in OTAs and mandatory minicamp. So again, want to see these guys continue to get better as time goes on. But Shamari Connor, he looks like he could be their starting nickel corner when it's all said and done. We're going to have to continue to monitor that situation specifically. But now let's get into a little bit of the 7-on-7s, 11-on-11 portion of today's practice. Now, Mahomes and the offense looked amazing, right? Over the past few days, we've been seeing a lot of the defense start to play well, get some interceptions here and there, create some PBUs, some pass breakups. But today, the offense came back with some revenge, right? They really wanted to showcase, yeah, you know what? We could be the best offense in the NFL once again with these new look wide receivers, Hollywood Brown and Nico Remigio coming out here, and he's really showcasing that he could potentially be a starter. We'll talk a little bit about him in a minute. But man, one of the first plays of the day, Rashee Rice down the sideline, huge catch, breaks the tackle, and gets into the end zone for a touchdown. I mean, it was a huge play, right? Now, before we get any further into the video, before we break down any more 11-on-11, 7-on-7 work, do me a favor, guys, hit the like button. It is so important for the growth of the video, but also, more importantly, right, subscribe if you're new. It's free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and not only that, here's your reason. We're going to be covering the Chiefs throughout the entirety of the offseason. Not only training camp, but preseason games, regular season games, breaking down film, okay? So if you guys want that, make sure you guys join the family. Might be streaming some games on my Twitch if you guys want to check that out. Matty Dubs with 3 S's, or you can find the link in the description below. Okay, with that being said, let's get back into the video. Now, one of the major guys in this wide receiver room, right? We talked about Rashee Rice, talk about Hollywood Brown. Xavier Worthy did miss practice again today due to an illness, but one guy who is really started to, and this might be negative, but really starting to, position himself to be released by the team, Sky Moore, man. Yesterday, Sky Moore dropped the pass, had just, couldn't really haul it in, and then today had another one. Patrick Mahomes started 11 on 11 with 6 consecutive completions, okay? Before the final throw was bobbled by Sky Moore and turned into an incompletion by Trent McDuffie. Sky Moore has been struggling. As a former top-end pick for the Chiefs, maybe he needs a change of scenery, but realistically, I mean, listen, if you can't really succeed with Patrick Mahomes, who are you going to succeed with? And you know what? I don't want to write him off as a player. Maybe he goes to a different team and has success, but right now it seems like his tenure with the Chiefs is slowly becoming more likely. The writing's on the wall here. If he doesn't really pick it up soon, things could not go his way. So we'll see how that, continues to go going forward. We're going to have to really lock into that. But with that being said, Nico Remigio has been really taking a jump up. He's been taking, practice reps with the ones with Patrick Mahomes. Him and Kadarius Toney were also with the ones as well. So definitely excited to see that. Outside corner along with Nazeeh Johnson was again Keith Taylor with the twos. Nick Jones was inside in the slot. Now, one of my favorite things to see about today's practice was the emergence of a young running back. Now, when I say a young running back, who do you think has stepped up the most in terms of this running back room, right? You have Isaiah Pacheco, you have Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you have Louis Rees-Zammit, you have Deneric Prince, Keontae Ingram, Imani Bailey, Carson Steele, right? There's been one guy who has worked his way up the depth chart since last season, and that is no other than Deneric Prince. He has been taking snaps with the ones, and he's been taking a lot of snaps overall. They think he has jumped up over Clyde Edwards-Helaire already. Pro training camp, it's only been a couple of days, right? So Deneric Prince is a guy that we need to continue to monitor going forward. He could be a starter for this team. Not a starter, but get reps with the ones. Now that Jerick McKinnon is gone, that spot is opened up, right? So definitely excited to see that. Second team running backs were Keontae Ingram and then Louis Rees-Zammit. So again, I don't know where Clyde Edwards-Helaire was or is, but wasn't getting the majority of snaps today. Mahomes connected with Hollywood Brown deep down the field during 7-on-7 period. Massive touchdown. Hollywood Brown has been, getting into rhythm, building chemistry, building rapport, with them already. So that is fun to see. Jared Wiley had one dropped in on a bucket to him down the right sideline. That was beautiful. Kelsey had a nice little grab during practice today. Everyone's really getting going. I believe Drew Tranquil, a leaping PBU during 7-on-7s. I know I'm kind of sporadically going through a bunch of different things right now, but just want to keep you guys up there with the little things, right? Drew Tranquil is a guy who's been really getting going over the last couple of days of training camp, and again, had another big day. So Morris took all the first team reps and Kingsley took all the second team reps today. So again, that's something to take note of. Usually they're splitting. Now Wanya Morris looks like he is maybe gaining some ground to win that job. We'll see what happens going forward. But yeah, overall a great day of practice here for the Chiefs. I thought a lot of good news, a lot of good things to come, and we're just getting started, man. We got a long way to go. So hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, and I'll see you guys in the next Chiefs update. Peace.